Yo everyone, my name's Arturo, but people call me Blackbird, or in my Cthulhu language, G-Squawk-Gunna-Gay. But I'm gonna start this thing on my channel where I tell stories of events that happened in my life, or just stories I was told by my elders, or by just any type of story really that I find interesting and I'm okay with sharing. But I'm gonna get into this. One of my favorite stories I'm gonna tell right now is called The Boy and the Snake. It's a story one of my elders told me long time ago, and it's one of my favorite stories that I like to tell people all the time. And anytime I run my buddies or my friends and they say, "Hey Blackbird, tell us a story," it's one of my favorite ones I like to share. But there are different versions of it, but I'm gonna tell it the way I was told. And it goes, it was a long time ago. There was this native boy, and he wanted to go outside. He wanted to go outside and play like little boys do. And he asked his parents, he said, "Can I go outside and play?" And the mom and dad said, "Sure, but don't go too far. You know, don't talk to no snakes if you see any." The boy said, all right. But the boy wasn't really paying much attention. He just wanted to go outside and play. So he runs out, he goes play, but he goes a little too far. He goes a little too far from his village, and he hears a voice say, "Hey boy, hey boy." Looks around, he don't see nothing. Hears that voice again, says, "Hey boy, down here." Looks down, sees a snake. And the snake said, "Boy, I'm gonna die soon. Can you please take me to the top of the mountain so I can watch the sunset one last time?" The boy said, "I heard many things about you. How do I know you won't bite me?" The snake said, "I promise I won't bite you." So the boy sits down, starts thinking. He's just like, okay. So he picks up the snake and they go to the top of the mountain, hill, whatever. They get up there, they sit down, they watch the sunset. As they're watching the sunset, they're talking, they're laughing, they're bonding basically, you know. And then finally at the end of the sunset, the snake says, "Boy, I'm tired now. Take me back to your home so I can go to sleep." He picks up the snake, goes back down to the hill, goes back down to the village, they go to sleep. Early the next morning, the snake wakes up and says, "Boy, today I'm going to die. Can you please take me back where you found me? I wish to die where I was born." The boy says, "Okay." He picks up the snake, goes back to where he found him, puts down the snake. The moment he puts down the snake turns around and bites him. The boy said, "You promised you wouldn't bite me. Why did you bite me?" The snake said, "You knew what I was capable of doing. You knew what I could do to you, and yet you still trusted me. Now you're gonna die with me." You know, and I was a little kid when I heard this story, so I started thinking, and one day I asked my elder, I said, "What does that story mean?" He looked at me, he said, "There are going to be times where you're going to come across people that you know are bad. You know what they're capable of doing. You know, like, these are people who aren't afraid to show their true colors. You know, but you give them a chance. You know, you're going to have moments with these people where you're going to feel close to them, just like when the boy and the snake were watching the sunset. You're going to have moments like that with people where you're just going to feel like you're bonding with that person, like you can trust that person. That person's your friend. That person listened to my story, all my struggles. I can trust that person. They're going to make you think that. Then they're going to be asking for things, just like when the snake asked, can he go to his home? You know, it could be anything, man. They could ask for, it could start with money. It could start with, can I stay with you? It could start with, can I use your car? Can I whatever, man. They're going to start asking for things. Then, when the time comes where they're going downhill, and they know they can take you with you, or they can take you with them, they're going to drag you down with them, and you're going to go with them, man. So I grew up with that story. It's one of my favorite stories. A lot of good meaning to it. But that's just one of the best stories I got right now, man. But a lot of good meaning out there. But be careful just who you trust, you know. The people that aren't afraid to show their bad side, those are the real ones you gotta kind of back away. Otherwise, you can go down with them. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Don't I got don't until I see you again.